Hi, I'm Mary Kroth Brunet, owner of Back in Motion Physical Therapy. If you've been to our South Portland clinic, chances are you've met Paul Brown, physical therapist. For the last 20 years, Paul has been a very important part of the Back in Motion family. He has treated many patients and put smiles on the faces of all. Paul, we wanted to honor you and thank you for all the hard work you've put into Back in Motion by putting this video together. We hope you enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Paul Brown. I'm a physical therapist in Back in Motion in South Portland, Maine. I've been a physical therapist for 20 years. My favorite part of being a physical therapist is treating the patients that live in the same community I live in and getting to know them and developing connections so that they know that they can come see me whenever they need help with any kind of challenge or bodily pain that I can help them with.
My first impression of Paul was that he was very experienced, very knowledgeable, and very passionate about physical therapy and the patients that he's treating.
I can't say I remember the first time I met Paul, but I do remember one of our first staff meetings. We had a hula hoop competition, and Paul hula hooped for a pretty solid 7 seconds, but he did it with a lot of flair.
My first impression of Paul when I met him was very experienced and he's kind of unorthodox in his treatments.
My first impression of Paul was that he was pretty chill, but he talks a lot, and but really caring and interesting, but a little different.
The first time I met Paul was when he was in our South Portland clinic and he was a new employee for us for the very first time. Paul, I just remember, was very enthusiastic and had a smile on his face and was really ready to dig in and help us do what we wanted to do.
My first impression of Paul, super intelligent guy. He's been super helpful. This is my first gig out of school, so Paul's always been super helpful for me. 20 years, goodness, he's seen everything under the sun.
I don't really remember the first time I met Paul, but I know when he steps out of the room, he's usually pretty serious looking, and he just kind of oozes experience.
Paul's patients love him. They talk about him, and they are so proud to know Paul Brown. If his patients could have a t-shirt that said, "I've been seen by Paul Brown," they would like rock it out in the South Portland community. They love him and they come back to him.
Paul's patients generally think that he's very passionate about what he does. They know that he cares for them and getting them better. And I think that they feel listened to when they see Paul. So I think overall his patients seem to have a very good experience whenever they see him.
I think patients look at Paul as one of experience, one of knowledge, a kind person, one who listens to them, one who hears what they want to say, and he responds to them exceptionally well, and they respond to him.
I think that Paul's patients find him to be caring and that he's a good listener.
Paul's patients think of him, they honestly just love him. They keep on coming back, and a lot of them, they don't want to see anybody else but Paul.
I think his patients think highly of him. A lot of the patients that we see coming in to see Paul, they've been coming in here for years. So he really builds up that trust, and I think he builds it up easily too, with all the experience and just his attitude in the room and out in the gym.
They think very highly of him, so highly that they keep coming back to see him. Many people I've seen in here, recurring patients, and they love Paul and the work that he does.
Paul treats his patients like family and his patients treat him like family. He really has the perfect sense of what we've always wanted to promote to everyone, and he embodied that from the beginning, and he does to this day. He has patients who have been with him from the very beginning and will be with him until he's done at Back in Motion, because they have such an allegiance to him because they know he truly cares about them and really does everything he can in his power to get them better.
Well, Paul's patients love him, and I'm not just saying that. I mean, we've had people coming back. I think he's seen some of the same patients for 20 years.
We've been customers here probably half of that time. Between the two of us, we've brought him many situations. He always diagnoses it right and quick. He always comes up with a great plan, and the plan always works.
I first met Paul after a work-related accident in 1999. I admire his knowledge and his expertise. I respect him. I depend on him. I love his easygoing manner and his sense of humor.
I think the thing that impresses me the most about Paul is that he listens. When I come in, he listens to what I have to say to him, and he pays attention.
Well, he made it so easy because when he walked into the room, he had such that warm, beautiful smile, and you couldn't help but feel at ease. And so, it was from that point on. And every visit was that way, and still is that way today.
Paul is a terrific therapist. He knows his stuff. He's very able, and he's also very easy to get along with. A very likable guy.
I would say that the patients would probably comment that I like to get to know who they are, but I also am not afraid to talk about myself. And so that a lot of patients who I treat are aware of my family just as much as I'm aware of their family. And I feel that they know me as a person because I'm trying to get to know them as a person, and I feel they really like that.
If I had to describe Paul in one word, I would probably use caring. I know it's a little cliche, but it really rings true for Paul.
He's funny, he's easy to talk to. We usually have a very good time and talk a lot while I'm being treated.
If I had to describe Paul in one word, it would be dedicated to his job and his patients and their success.
Wacky, compassionate, giver. Those would be probably the three biggest things I would say about him.
There's probably several words I could use. I think congenial is one I would certainly use, but he's more than congenial. He's also very able. He knows exactly what he's doing.
In one sentence, I would describe myself as an energetic, caring person.
My favorite memory of Paul is actually posted on the wall of him getting pied in the face probably 15 times at the patient appreciation night.
I appreciate that Paul has a positive attitude and comes in with a smile every day.
No matter if he's tired, he's having a bad day, whatever the case is, he always puts the patient care first. And that's something that I'm trying to emulate in my practice as well.
Because Paul was with Michael and I from very early on, we have been through a lot of changes as a company and a lot of expansion. And the one thing that Paul has always done for us is he has supported what Michael and I do. He really tries to rally the troops so that even if someone else isn't quite sure about the change, he really tries to make people feel comfortable with what's going on. And he has always backed us in terms of anything we do or our decisions, and he makes that very well known to all the other staff. So we totally appreciate that.
His experiences really inspired me and has helped me grow.
I feel that the main message here is that we are here to help. We are here to spend time with you. We are here to listen to the things that you need help with so that we can spend that time helping you the most. And we're here even after you're done here. So we encourage you to come back and just get the help that you need anytime you need it.
My favorite thing about working with Paul are his crazy little things that he says when he walks in, like Friday, Friday, Friday.
So on Fridays, before I even see Paul in the building, I'm sitting there at my computer and all I hear is, "It's Friday! It's Friday!" And so I know Paul's coming to the building. So
My best Paul impression would be, "Hey Brendan, I'm super intelligent. Nice to meet you."
If I had to say something to Paul, I just want to thank him for his guidance in starting here. He's very willing to share his knowledge with other PTs and other staff, and I just have greatly appreciated that. So thank you, Paul.
I just think as a human being, he's a wonderful man.
Thank you, Paul, for being a huge inspiration for me to become a physical therapy student and helping me grow as a clinician. I appreciate it.
I am happy to be one of his fishes. Sometimes he sits on my shoulder, my father sits on the other one, and he calmly and quietly tells me, swim, exercise. And I say, I am.
If I had to say something directly to Paul, it would definitely be that I appreciate you, and that's very true. It was nerve-wracking starting here. There was some turnover. I didn't know who I'd be with and all that in terms of following PT, PTA, and I've gotten to work with you a handful of times now, and it's always a lot of fun. And again, I keep saying it, but there's a lot of knowledge packed in when you work with Paul, and it's always a good learning experience for sure for me.
I would say thank you so much for being a great mentor to me. I've learned so much from you, and I appreciate your knowledge and your patience, and you've been a great friend to me, so I want to thank you for that.
Paul, there is no way that we can thank you enough for being one of the people who has always supported Michael and I in our goal of making Back in Motion the kind of clinic we really saw that we wanted it to be, and to help empower us and all the staff to make that happen.
Keep working, Paul. We may need you soon.
Yeah, we're looking forward to come back as long as we can. So I hope you get another 20 years, and I hope we get 25. Happy 20th anniversary, Paul.
Oh, Paul, happy 20th anniversary. May you have many more.
Paul, congratulations on your 20 years, and continue doing well.
Paul, I'm just pleased to know that you've been with them for 20 years. It's been 20 good years for them, I'm sure, and also for you. And congratulations, my friend.
A great 20th anniversary with Back in Motion, Paul.
Happy 20th anniversary, Paul. Thank you for being here.
Happy 20th anniversary, Paul.
Happy anniversary, 20 years, Paul. I love you.
Happy 20th anniversary, Paul.
Congratulations for making it 20 years with the business, Paul. You're killing it.
Happy 20th anniversary, Paul. Many more to come.
Happy 20th anniversary, Paul!
Happy 20th anniversary, Paul. Let's see if you can make 20 more.
Happy 20th anniversary, Paul.
Happy 20th anniversary, Paul.
Happy anniversary, Paul. Here's to 20 more. Ah!
My favorite dance move is one I made up that I make fun of my own brother dancing. So I call it my brother dancing, which when he dances, it's a discoordination of hips and shoulders. So it's kind of like this. So this is my favorite dance move. But don't tell my brother.
Yeah. So that's it. There you go. Nice. The Paul dance. The Paul dance.